How are you? Audible?
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am,
Okay,
you're
good
audible.
morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. How are you? So we'll start the class, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So we
I'm
have
doing
three
okay, ma'am.
chapters left. You so good. So we have three chapters left. One is the unit 22 that is about employee benefits. Then the unit 23 that is about gender and other sensitivities in the hospitality and tourism industry. And last one is the unit 24 that is about the emerging trends in human resources. Okay. So moving ahead, I'll show you the PPT. Yes. Um, so here we come, and yes. So this unit is about 22. This unit 22 it is about employee benefits and welfare schemes. Yesterday we have discussed few points about employee benefits and all. Yesterday was about transfer, promotions, and some grievances and compensation, salary administration. So today is about the employee benefits. So when we were discussing about the salary administration and all, we discussed about the employee benefits and the welfare schemes that has been associated with the different organizations, and it varies from organization to organization. So once you go through this unit, you will be able to identify the objectives and the merits of labor welfare measures and social security. Then what are the benefits that is being provided to the employees, the staff of the organization. There are also some laws related, because as I told you, when you are not getting the benefit, when you are being deprived of the benefits, then you can also go to the there are some laws, so when the organization needs to be abide by the rules and regulations. Similarly, if they are being not benefited, the employees and are not being benefited, then they can also knock the doors of the court. Some laws are also there. So you need to identify the laws and rules that prescribe welfare measures and security benefits. Now, distinguish between the statutory and voluntary welfare measures, and distinguish between the extramural and intramural welfare measures. So, what do you mean by voluntary welfare amenities? Here we come. There are employees who have taken the lead and provided a wide variety of welfare amenities to their employees. The employers, the organizations, basically the employees, the organizations, they have taken a lead role, and they have come up with a wide variety of welfare amenities to their employees, as I have informed, to make the employee satisfied. It is very necessary, because you have to increase the productivity of the employees, which would also result in the the goal and objective of the organization. So they can also, the organization can increase their productivity. So there are some educational facilities. Economic and social progress is dependent on the quality of the workforce. So education also plays a very crucial role in motivating and especially preparing the workers for constant change and development that should necessarily happen in the industry. For example, in someone is studying medical, so they are working with an organization, and maybe the doctor now wants to do the post graduation, so he can take educational leaves there. He can take the leave, so he can continue with his master's program. In the same time, he will be paid all the salary also. So organizations are there. Similarly, if you this all this chain of restaurants like KFC, then you have McDonald's and all. Even especially the HR managers, Sometimes what happens that employees are also being given benefited. Suppose some of our students who graduate from our college, then they join this chain of restaurants like KFC, then McDonald's, then CCD. So after working for 3 to 4 years, they get the opportunity to do masters, like masters in human resource or masters in sales and marketing. They get that opportunity because they are usually work in the operational department. Once they complete this degree, they work in the operational department. So once the HR department finds that the performance is good and they have the capability, and they find that they identify the personnel whom they think this person have the leadership qualities. So enhancement of degree or enhancement of qualification is very important for them. So they send him for a 2 months management program, and those are being designed by the I mean, they take admissions in different colleges, which are being designed. The course is being designed in such a manner, so all the managerial skills, managerial activities, they are being taught in the class. Not only theory classes, but also practical classes are simultaneously being held. So those facilities are being given by these companies. Now, what I wanted to say, it is not that hotel, because hotels usually they don't provide this. But if you have a join the chain of restaurants that I'm aware of, they give you this facility. Even in some organizations, suppose you are working with the organization for more than 5 years, then you are just a graduate, then you think that you should do a master's degree, and you can enroll for, there are universities like Indian Institute of Management in India we have, that you can work for, like that is basically a 2 years master degree program, postgraduate programs. But they also have a 1 year program which is meant for the working executives. So what happens if you're working executive and you have minimum five as per their qualifications, experience required as mentioned in their when they give the application, when they I mean as per the rules and regulations of the company, they have some criteria. Like this, the criteria is that you should need to have 5 years experience in a supervisory level or managerial level. Then you can go for this executive program at the Indian Institute of Management. So so what happens, the organization you are associated with, maybe it should be at least minimum 5 years you are associated with the organization for 5 years, and now you want to apply for a study leave. And that study leave, what happens, maybe that is an executive program. So 1 year you are on study leave. So what happens, some companies, they there's a bond, that's basically an agreement with the organization, that after completion of your program, you have to join the same organization. It's not that um, you are undergoing the executive management executive program, and then after you get a job offer from the university itself, and then you join some other organization. No, that cannot be. So that is the reason, that is how the employer, that is the organization, that employer wants to retain the employee. So to retain the employee, they sign a bond. The bond is between the employer and the employee, where he is given that relaxation to continue his management program for 1 year. And during this period, he'll be also given us some, some salary or some stipend type, some financial benefits he'll be given. And after completion of the 1 year program, they should come back and join the organization. And there are also some clause, once you join the organization, once you join the employer, and if you perform well, then you will be given promotion. So as I told you, it varies from organization to organization, because when you join some organization which has regional offices, maybe the headquarter is in Delhi, and you have the regional offices or the zonal offices in different places and all. So this type of benefits you get. Okay, so that's what is important. So what happened? Educational facilities are there. Like economic and social progress is dependent on the quality of workforce. And education plays a very crucial role, in motivating and preparing the workers for constant change and development. So the educated worker is naturally more receptive and becomes more responsible. That is, once because once you earn your postgraduate degree, then and you think the organization, sometimes it is not the company you are working for, they also pay the whole course fees. Those course fees are not I mean, when you study any management program, so it is very expensive in India. Okay, so when you study such management programs and when the company pays for you, obviously they have a bond sign, and you have to come back to the company. Okay, and of course they will give you some promotion. So the employee also feels motivated and defines responsible. So that sense of feeling has to be there. And many organizations, they go a step further and extend education facilities like reimbursement of fees, as I told you, all these fee reimbursement, books allowance to the children of the employees. What I told you, that was the employees, they are being given for the fee structure, the fees is being taken care by the employer. But there are also employees, in suppose you are working for any blue chip companies in India, there are not many companies where the employees are also being provided educational facilities for their children. Like they give the fees reimbursement, they get the book allowance. So all these are being given to the employees. Now then you also have the transport facilities, their children going to schools, colleges. So the company has, the company has school buses, for transport of their children to the schools or colleges. But they are being charged, but at a very nominal rate. So these facilities are being provided. It is not only to the employees, what I mean to say, this is also to the families of the employees. So that is all voluntary welfare amenities, you can see. Then you have the sometimes the employees have to they need a transport from their residence to the workplace. So in that case also, the transport facilities are being provided to the employees who are residing far from the workplace. And so that they need not think like every day, we have to think, we have our own vehicles, we all the to and fro, then the petrol prices are increasing, and sometimes the distance is also a factor. So we are not being provided, all companies, and many companies, they don't provide these facilities. But some companies, they do provide these facilities to their employees, so that the transportation is being taken care by the employee. And what happens when when these facilities and benefits are being provided to the employees? No doubt, it would provide a great opportunity for relaxation and reduce the rate of absenteeism. Sometimes, especially you think of the, you have a two-wheeler and you especially think during the rainy season, rainy season, is really very difficult to if you come to your workplace by your own vehicle, your own transport, and if it's a two-wheeler, then you find it very difficult. Maybe at the time of coming to the office, it's raining, so you may get late. Sometimes you think, no, let's drop, we won't go to the office today. So this facility, I mean, this type of activities, takes place. But once you have a company bus or company vehicle, then you are sure, the company vehicle will come to pick you up and also drop you. So these facilities are being given. So you need not think about. So you have a relaxation, and it also reduces the rate of absenteeism. Now, for example, especially those who are at those who are at the higher position, maybe the head of the organization, they are being provided vehicle by the company. So they are picked up from their homes and then they are dropped to their homes. Even hotels, what happened, especially those who are lady staff, lady employees, they are given a drop, provided they do the evening shift or night shift. Night shift or evening shift means, usually in the hotel, it runs 24 into 7 into 365 days. So in the afternoon shift, what happens, the employees, not male, usually the females, their shift starts from 2 to 10. So it is not that by 10 o'clock your duty gets over. You have to maybe carry for another half an hour extra more or 1 hour more extra. So in that case, usually they have this drop facility. In some hotels, they also provide, you can say accommodation to the lady staff, even to the male members, and all. It varies from organization to organization. So you have even the food, the food consumption, that is the food that is being taken place on duty, that is during your duty, because all the hotels do have a staff canteen for their um, employees. So if you are on a job or even if you are on training, you are being given, the food in some hotels, if the food is being given complimentary on during your during time, and in some hotels they charge a very substantial, a very, some subsidiary rate is there, very less, like, and so that is also being provided. Some hotels also they provide accommodation to their staff, and usually for the ladies they usually give a drop. That is essential, because at 11 p.m. they cannot send a lady staff alone, so that is what they provide. So this, they also feel proud of all these facilities, that the benefits that are being provided. Then you have the recreational facilities, so like recreation can be in the form of music, art, theater, sports, and games. They also play an important role in the mental and physical development of the employees. Sometimes you have just like in schools, you might have, you are aware of, like your inter-school competitions, inter-college competitions. So hotels also, they have all these, all the hotels, they have their own team. So they also have this football matches, cricket matches. So, it's a form of recreation, because only work, sometimes it makes you very, at one point of time, you feel very stressed. You want to you want to get free from tension and all. So once you are involved in all this type of activities, like recreational activities, so that, that gives a, sense of, not only a sense of bonding among your co-workers, but also it gives a relaxation. Relaxation of your mind. So, and there's a physical development, both mental and physical development of the employee. So the importance of recreation is basically they are creating a healthy climate for peace as well as the progress, and that has been emphasized by several study teams and committees. Then there are also, unions in the company. So trade unions, they could take the initiative, and different agencies could combine their efforts to provide a maximum number of, a minimum number of sports and recreational activities. That is also now, beside this, every organization celebrate their foundation day. This is when that organization was established. So that is known as the foundation day. So on that foundation day, they give a packet of sweets to their employees, to their staffs, or, they have a small function where all the employees are, where the employees, where they display their skills, display their, musical skills, or their other, whatever, like hobbies and all. Some of them, they have their own hobbies, but at the same time they also are very, excel in those type of hobbies. So when this type of functions are being organized in the hotels, or in the organizations, companies, or corporates, to celebrate their foundation day, these employees, they perform all these functions, perform all this art, music, dance, and all. And, so sometimes you think, oh my God, this employee, he's such a talented. Sometimes you never know, but whenever all these recreational activities, functions takes place, you come to know the hidden talent of many of your employees. Okay, so, that is how, as I told you, that creates not only a sense of bonding, but also a mental and physical development of the employee. Then beside there, you also, the workforce, you can say the workforce feels fit and healthy. It is not healthy physical wise, but also mentally healthy. Mentally should be healthy. Then their excursions are also being organized, picnics are being organized, then seminars are also being organized. Then there are a lot of youth clubs can be formed. Then holiday homes can be provided for your employees. There's, YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. So and sometimes the staff of the staff of the organization companies, they organize this type of feast, then type of excursions, then picnics. They go to various places, and they can and they can stay in this YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. You have to become a member of that, and wherever there is YMCA hostels, you can avail those hostels. Okay, at a very minimum rate. That is the reason, because it is a very minimum rate. Then there are other facilities, like many other types of facilities are also being provided to the employees, and as I told you, they vary from organization to organization. For example, an adventure sports tour operator would provide medical insurance to the instructors, because it's a sports tour operator. What a hotel or resort, it may provide housing facility near the workplace and free or very subsidized lunch, I mean lunch or dinner to the employees. As I told you, in some hotels they provide hotel accommodation. I mean, accommodation is being provided by the hotel to their staffs, but not to all the. And in some hotels they provide accommodation only to the lady staff. And of course, as I told you, when they are on their job, during their job, I mean during their working time, during their duty hours, I mean to say during their duty hours, they are being, they can have their breakfast, lunch or dinner, that is on a very subsidized rate or free, that means complimentary, okay, to the employees. So these facilities, are very essential, that keeps the employees hooked to the organization, because everybody wants better. So so that is the reason why you are being given increment every year. Your facilities are also being enhanced, depending, not only depending on your performance, but as a rule and policy of the organization that the company does. If your performance is better, then maybe you will be given a better hike. Okay. Then comes social security concept and evolution. So maximizing employee benefits to increase financial security. Now, apart from welfare measures provided under both statutory and voluntary schemes, there are other benefits the employees is entitled to under the scheme of social security. Now, yesterday I was talking about, some organizations, they have their staff who are working for, who are on the payroll of the company, but there are also staff who are not on the payroll. They are just being given us, you can say, they have a normal salary. You can say that is known as consolidated salary, like 40,000 or 50,000 at the end of every month. They get this 50,000, 40,000 or 50,000. So that's a consulate. And they are working for the organization for a long time, but they are yet not been taken as permanent employees. They work on, temporary, on the basis of temporary. They don't. I mean, they are not permanent employees, because once you are a permanent employee, beside the salary, you get lot benefits, and it all depends on the company you are working for. Okay, so as I say, the concept of, that's social security. So the concept of social security is essentially related to the high ideals of human dignity and social justice. So it is in a way one of the pillars of the welfare state. So, social security measures have introduced an element of stability, and that's also an element of protection in the midst of stress and stress of modern life. See, every day you have lot of stress. You have to you have to accomplish your work. 1 minute, huh? Just a second. আমি একটা ক্লাসে আছি, তোমাকে পরে একটু ফোন করবো? ঠিক আছে, তুমি একটু 4:30 দিক থেকে, হ্যাঁ? ঠিক আছে? Yeah. So what happens? What I was telling you, that it is because we have lot of stress and stress, and in between, whether you have to handle this stress and stress, you have personal life, you have your professional life, you have to balance this. And once you think, no, these benefits are being provided by the employee, then you feel secure. So that security program is not being provided by all the organizations. See, these are being, these are being designed by the HR department. So that is what happens if the HR department of an organization is strong enough and they are able to handle the litigities of the employees. Then of course, there would be not only increase in the productivity of the company, but also they are able to retain their staffs, employees, and it creates a good image about the organization. So they are all primarily an instrument of social and economic justice, and it is a very dynamic concept. And its content change with the social and economic system, obtaining a certain standard in a given time and space. Now this needs to be revived. The same thing is going on. Then that is why you need to know the market trend. You're working for an organization, then you know the organization which are of similar type. Suppose you are into a production organization, you leave about, we are talking about tourism industry, okay. Now if you work for, suppose, Make My Trip online, OTAs, that is online travel agencies, and you are fine, satisfied, but then you find, there is Go Evivo. You think, no, Go Evivo, they have a better recruitment policy, that HR policies, far better, they have more benefits. So what you do, you switch from this come Make My Trip to Go Ibibo. So this is what happens. You should know the market trends, what is the salary usually they are paying, what are the benefits they are offering. So this keeps on, this has to be changed. So the HR department has to be very strong enough to revive this. They need regular reviews. They have to do regular redesigning of these packages, salary structures. That has to, because every day, you have, I mean, so many students are passing out, so many job I mean job employment are being created, employment facilities are there in place. So you have to ensure that everything is being taken care of in a very systematic manner. So there you have the Employee State Insurance Act, that is runs in 1948, and the scheme is basically administered by an autonomous corporation, and that's with the Minister of Labor at the center. And you get lot of benefits, and those benefits usually that the scheme, the benefits include, you have sick leave, you have maternity leave, you have now even, you have this medical benefits, then dependent benefits. Suppose you are working in an organization and you have a family. The company supports your family in the sense they give lot of benefits for, your children are, the fees of your school are being paid by the company, the medical benefits. But beside that, there's some extra benefits. Suppose you have some dependent family member, maybe your mother stays with you, okay. So she's also being given the benefits like medical benefits. Suppose you have this LTC, love and leave travel concessions. You are going to like after every 2 or 3 years you get this LTC, so you can travel to lot of places, and after showing the tickets, airfare or rail fare, that amount is being reimbursed to you. So it is not your family members, even the dependent members, they can also get the facility. Then you do have these employees provident funds and all. Then you have the family pension. After superannuation, you get the family pension. Then there are some employees deposit linked insurance scheme. Then the payment of gratuity act, and gratuity is basically an additional retirement benefit. So after you retire, you get a lump sum amount, okay, from the company. So the act is applicable to, all the ports, those who are working for airport company, I mean airports, Airport Authority of India, or like railways and the defense services. And this gratuity, as per the law, you should have more than so many members in your I mean staff in your organization, then only you'll be able to get this benefit. Okay, and the central government, that's the government of India, can bring in any establishment by notification under the provisions of the act. So whatever, like, the new human HR trains, they need to review their structures, design patterns, because if that is the case, they cannot create good workforce, because at the ultimate is you have to create good workforce so that your ultimate productivity would increase. But if you are unable to attract young, talented workforce, then so I mean nobody would join your organization. And who is responsible? The HR. You know, that is what is matters a lot. So, in the summary, like if I just want to summarize, in this unit, we tried to underline the importance of employment welfare measures and the social security benefits. And also, we have tried to familiarize with, there are some laws and rules which govern these welfare programs and employee benefit schemes. Yeah, and we have also highlighted the benefits and welfare measures from the viewpoint of the employee, because you have to see from the viewpoint of the employee and the advantages that they may bring to enhance the efficiency of the efficiency, the moral, and the productivity. Because first and foremost rule is you have to keep the employees happy. Because if they are being kept happy, then obviously they'll give their they will give their best. If they give their best, then the employer would substantially, I mean, would do something, some provide some benefits for them. So it is emphasized that one must update the information and knowledge. So as a employee or as a candidate, you should also be very much aware of the benefits that are being provided by the companies. See, whether it's in the state government or whether it's in the government of India, if you join any organization which is a public sector undertaking, you know, public sector undertaking, or any financial institutions like banks or government organizations, state government or central government institutions, then you are very much sure he will get all the benefits, because everything is mentioned on their website. They have the rules and regulation, and it is same for everyone. It stands same for everyone, whether it's you or me. It stands for same for everyone. So you cannot be neglected. What I mean to say, you cannot be neglected. But this does not happen in private sectors. Somebody may work for 2 years and get a promotion, and somebody is working for the last slogging for the last 5 years not getting a promotion. So, and once you get promotion, and if your salary structure also, your pay band also increases. So this bias is always there in private organizations. So that is the reason why people, employees who are working for private organizations, until it is their they think that their wishes are fulfilled, they usually keep on changing from one organization to another organization, one private organization. If you get a job in a government organization, you can sit and you need to relax. Means you need not think about the opportunities, the benefits, the compensation, the salary structure, because that is very equal in all respect. But that is not in case of private. So people who are working with the private organization, they really need to know. And those who are very new to the this employment with organizations, employment with private organizations, they should also be aware of all the facilities, because once they are being selected, they can ask the HR key what are the facilities that you have been given. Because many a times it's been observed that there are the facilities or benefits that is being mentioned are to be provided to the employees, that is being mentioned on the offer letter, is not being provided. So you have to stick, because that is, you should stick to the rules and regulations, so that you should ensure that is being done properly. So here comes, that was the end of the, unit 22. That is about your unit 22 about the employee benefits. I will show you now one video on that. Okay, just a minute. Kaveru?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm here now.
I'll show you a video. Okay, one sec.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Do not use my Microsoft Excel without watching this video because by using ChatGPT and
Employee Benefits Program. Promote economic security for employees. They provide health, retirement, and other benefits to help raise living standards and also help companies stay competitive in the marketplace. They protect employees and their families from economic hardship caused by disability, illness, unemployment, loss of life, and other events. Some benefits also serve as perks to help make an employee's job easier and more enjoyable. Benefits also make employers more attractive in the hiring market. Many times, a job applicant will be torn between two job offers, but be swayed by one because it offers more generous benefits. Employers, in turn, find that by offering benefits, they can attract and keep talented employees. Employee benefits may be paid for entirely by the company or by a combination of employer contributions and employee contributions. Employee contributions are typically deducted from paychecks. For public sector benefits, employer contributions are paid for through tax dollars, since, by definition, the state or federal government is the employer. Mandated benefits are required by law. Most of them are state or federal programs that employers participate in. Optional benefits are those that employers choose to offer their employees. The actual types of benefits are nearly limitless. Many employee benefits are taxable, while others are non-taxable, partially taxable, or tax deferred. Some benefits are provided immediately upon employment, while others require a probation period of weeks, months, or years. Benefits are a big part of many people's financial planning. Without benefits offered in the workplace, many people won't be prepared for retirement or health costs, or many other life situations that arise. Stay financially fit, friends.
So, that was a video where you could see that employees, they depend on their employ for their financial, I mean, there are so many benefits that is being provided by the companies, and they have to depend for their financial hardships for this. If they get the benefits, then, they are assured, no, this benefit I'll be getting from the company. And moreover, we have also seen, there are depending on the benefits, they also do the future planning. That is also, suppose I'm working for a private organization, but those who are working for the government organization, they are sure they can take loan from the organizations. They are sure ki in the next 5 years, whatever loan I am taking from the bank, not from financial institution, I can pay the interest. I can but people who are working in private organizations, they are not sure, because today they are earning maybe 1 lakh tomorrow, but due to some reasons they have to leave the job and go to some other place where they will be getting 90,000, but I mean less salary. So there are so many issues, but those who are in the government organizations, they are sure that these facilities will be given, and depending on the benefits also, they do the future planning. And so once you join an organization, it is very essential that you know what are the benefits that is being provided by the company or the employer, right? So now I'll move to the next unit. Yes, Kabiru, you have anything to say?
Yes, I can say. Okay, regarding these
No.
benefits,
Do you have any questions? Huh?
regarding the benefits,
Hmm.
uh, from my own side, it appears like it is given only in the, I can say, the big companies over here, and the white
Yes,
collar,
yes,
I
that's
can
true.
say, jobs
Yes,
here
very
in
much. Big
government.
companies only provide white collar
Yes,
jobs. Yes, that is also
and
right.
of course, ma'am. And
Small companies, they don't.
I observed them because I have seen
They
some
only give you the
number,
salary.
yes,
There are
number
no other
of
benefits.
interviews with of course, ma'am. Yes, even the salary sometimes used to be late. So
Yes, yes.
regarding
What
the,
you are
I
saying,
can
same
say,
thing is
like a
happens.
big
When you are in
companies
the
like Google,
private, the
because
salary
I
comes late.
watched some series of interviews.
Hmm. Okay, okay, very good. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I watched some series of interviews with Google employees. What I They used to be asked what did they enjoy during their stay at Google. The first thing they used to say is the food, because they are giving the food for free. As you mentioned earlier,
Yes, they are
the
giving
food may be given for free or be subsidized. So
subsidized rate, right? Hmm.
yeah, they enjoy
That is
they
one.
enjoy that they enjoy that
Most of the IT
benefit. I can
industries,
say very much. Yeah, they enjoy the benefit very well. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is what
I think
you have lot
most of
of
the IT
no
industries
no
used
you
to
have
look
lot
after
of
the employees very
benefits,
well.
and as you told, the food is being given. The employees also they feel because we spend maximum the money is being spent on the food. That is for true. So when this benefit is being given by the company, then why not take the advantage? So as I told you, sometimes what happens, maybe your salary package may not be that high, but the benefits that you are being provided by the employer, that is very lucrative. That is lucrative. That is the reason why employees say, no, we will stick with this. Even our salary is less, but the benefits and the packages, other perks we are getting, that is very lucrative, very attractive. So we'll stick with this. And as I told you, only, if you join an organization, you are always being given a probation period. Like that probation period may vary. It's mentioned that you have to be on probation period, then only now you are being given a consolidated salary, and after completion of the probation period, you will be on the salary structure. But even after completion of 2 years, they are not being given as permanent employee. They are still I mean, as a temporary. So sometimes I always feel these are all the negligence of I mean, negligence of the HR department, and it's a purposeful negligence. It's not that they have forgotten. They want key, because some organizations, they always, you see, they try to how to exploit the workforce, and especially the youngsters, those who are in the IT industries and all. If you are working for a good IT industry, and you won't believe, especially the IT industry, they pay, I mean, very well. But those are the startup companies. They pay better than all these private companies. Those who are startup, those who are a company, suppose Infosys or TCS, and I'm just IT industry. The salary they are speaking to their freshers is comparatively not only low, very low, when compared to the other all these startup companies, because startup companies, they pay a lot, they pay huge. But the reason behind is they want to attract the youngsters, they want to retain them, and youngsters, they want they want everything, they want quick, they want quick money, they want to be quick, they want to be rich quickly, they
Yes,
want all
ma'am.
the
That's right.
facilities. So I mean, this is the fact of life. So this is
Yes,
what
but
happens, they know how. So
I
this
think the problem with the IT companies sometimes is that when you just doing well in your first year or second year, I can say, but later on, after you have been exploited, or I can say you are no longer having some ideas, I can say new ideas. So they look for a way to just fire you out. It happens.
Yes, it happens. I mean, that happens. Everything, you never know. I mean, but yes, as per the market trend, you have to go. That is what matters. So let's
Yes, ma'am.
move. So now let's move to our next unit, Unit 23, that is on gender
Okay.
and other sensitivities in the hospitality industry. That is also very interesting because gender is related. So how the impact it has on the gender, very gender biased. Some industries are very gender biased. Okay, so that topic, that
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So here it comes gender and other sensitivities in the hospitality and tourism industry. See, I'm in the hospitality and tourism industry, we know that hospitality industry is always, a male dominated industry. Like historically, if you see the statistics, it is a male dominated field with gender bias and stereotypes often influencing the hiring process, your selection process, your promotion, treatment of the employees. This is very often like this is I'm talking about the hospitality industry. But even in other industries, even you will see there's equality is not there, because especially like if there's a male and female, they'll try to always give promotion to the male members, because what they think that females, I mean males are better than the females. That is what is gender bias basically, because they always feel that, I mean it's a stereotype thinking, that they can work for long hours which ladies cannot. Then the ladies have to take care of the home. Even if they are working, they are balancing work life balance. They have to see their on one side they have to take care of their household chores, on the other household chores, on the other side they have to also see the official activities and all office activities. So that is, but however there has been a growing recognition slowly, steadily, of the importance of gender sensitivities in the industry, and always efforts are being made to create a more inclusive and equitable environment for all employees. We always fight for that. The ladies, they fight for that. Why they are, earlier, especially in workshops, like industries, I'm telling, not in the hospitality industry, but other industries, like where you have to work on the floors and shop floors and all, workshops and all, where you'll find only male. But now slowly and slowly you'll find single, I mean ladies are also entering that field. So after reading this unit, you will be able to know about the position of women. Then you know what a sexual harassment means. Then that usually being faced by the ladies everywhere. It is not only in the hospitality and tourism industry, but in all industry the sexual harassment is there exists. Then, but yes, the manager should be able to handle it properly. So you should appreciate the managerial responsibilities in this regard, and familiarize with the code of conduct in relation to dealing with women employees and colleagues. You should know the procedure of inquiry in cases of women harassment. There's a committee like sexual harassment committee and all. I mean, this is, you will find not only small organizations, even in big reputed organizations, educational institutes, you find this sexual harassment. So there's a cell, a separate cell who takes care of all the sexual harassment, and sensitive oneself with issues like child labor, human rights, and customer protection. We all know that hospital sector is one area where, where it's one of the area where employment rate of women is quite high, both in the organized sector as well as in the unorganized sector. Now, women who are performing jobs at both the managerial levels as well as the operation, women are performing different jobs. Now you'll find them working at different levels, at different positions, with more responsibilities, and they are very coolly handling the situations, activities, and their way of thinking, because men usually, they get angry quickly, but women, they are, and because men, they are always under pressure, and all women are also under pressure, but they know they have the inbuilt skills of balancing things. So that is what we have seen, that they are performing, women are performing different jobs at different levels, both at the managerial as well as the operational levels. But besides the managerial, performing the job of a receptionist, then housekeeping attendant, then managing the travel agents, then acting as guides or executives or marketing executives of tour company, etc. Now, the increasing number of working women in this area, this has also led to various issues, especially the safety and security. Utmost important, you can say, is the safety and security, because whether you, sorry, 1 minute. Uh, whether you whether you whether you whether you are a whether you are a new employee, you wanted to join a new organization, or you are booking a hotel in a or you are booking a room in a hotel, you are making room reservations. First thing, you see the what is the safety, security. Even if you are a guest, you should ensure that the hotel is located in a good place, safety is there, security is there. That is if you are a guest. On the other side also, the staff who are working there, they also need to ensure that the organization which they are working for, or which they'll be working for, it has proper safety, security, and the safety security measures to be properly taken care of. And if they should provide a congenial working environment which is free from sexual harassment, because lot of issues are there on this, lot of cases are there which are being pending for many years in the court, and all about sexual harassment. So you have to be very strict on this. The HR department has to be very strict on this particular issue, and safety and security is the utmost importance, you can say, whether it's for the company, or whether it's for the management, whether it's for the employees, or whether it's for the guest. Okay, that is what matters. So you might have seen, whenever you wanted to book a room, you see the reviews. What are the reviews? So the hotel, they mentioned the hotel is located at a nice location, and the location is at a good place, accessibility. Some of them also mentioned that the location is not good. So you have to see the reviews and judge yourself and make the booking. Similarly, when you join an organization, you also need to take feedbacks or from some seniors or people whom you know who have worked with this organization. You need to know their feedback, their suggestions, whether safety and security is there. You might be joining at a very good position, at a very good salary, but there is all these issues of safety and security. So that has to be taken care of. So it is the responsibility of every manager and the employee in the organization to ensure that such problems do not arise, or even if had taken place, proper solution has to be taken care. Whoever does that, punishment has to be there, that, I mean, it should be taken against those, and proper care, guidance, support to be given to the employee. So that is what matters. So it is the responsibility of every manager and employee in an organization to ensure that those type of problems do not arise. But yes, everyone does not have that same type of attitude. So it is very much necessary that the issues of gender sensitivity um, are being treated, as a part of creating awareness, and are taken up through various training programs with the organization. That is the reason, when we talked about the training and all, career planning training, you might have seen, there are classes, there are talks where speakers are brought from different fields. They give talk on how to handle sexual harassment in organizations, how to, you have to address all these type of issues and all. Whom should you contact? What is the necessary steps? What are the punishment you will be given if you are being found guilty? So these things are there, a lot things which you need to do a in-depth study. But yes, you have to ensure that such type of problems do not really, and you have to also ensure that they are being taken care. Okay, so it is necessary that the issues of gender sensitivity are treated as part of querying awareness and are taken up through various training programs within the organizations. You have this code of conduct for workplace in relation to women issues. There is also a need to make your managers and employees aware of other important issues like child labor, human rights, and consumer protection. So, position of women in the hospitality, for another important consideration is, that is need for equal opportunities for career advancement and leadership roles for all the employees, regardless of the gender. So there should not be gender bias, and this involves, actively promoting the diversity and inclusion in hiring and promotion practices, as well as providing mentorship and support to the women and other underrepresented groups in the industry. So low wages, long or late working hours, seasonal employment, etc., they should be properly handled. And use of sexual imagery of women for destination promotion or marketing by firms, that is not being accepted. So the service imagery of women being projected as a travel motivation, and sex tourism as an organized industry, even in places like, you have this Thailand and all, that sex tourism, it is known for sex tourism where, but I mean, this should be, but that takes in such a manner, like, in some places it's been taken in a positive manner. But yes, you have to ensure that it does not harm the society, it does not harm the individual, so that you have to take care of. Okay, now, when you come to the manager's responsibility, some of the manager's responsibility are, there should be no discrimination in terms of recruitment, in terms of wages, then bonus, allowances, parks, and other facilities on the basis of gender for women employees. See, today is Thursday and tomorrow Friday and Sunday we have this Diwali festival. Okay, Diwali celebrations, the whole country will be celebrating. Some of them will be getting bonus, they will be very happy. Some of them will be getting leave to visit their hometown. Some of them will be getting sweet packets or some gifts from the company. So, these small things, makes you very active, which keeps you active. That is what is very much necessary. Meals should be provided to the women employees, and in also in case of granting leave, all the rules and regulations related to the grant of leave by the government for women employees must be followed. Women are being given maternity leave, that maybe 1 year maternity leave with full pay. It's not half pay or no pay, it's with full pay. They are getting maternity leave. Even there was no paternity leave, but now this India has also implemented. So in some organizations there are paternity leave, but that paternity leave is not for 2-3 months. It is hardly 15 days or 1 month. So a woman gets a paternity leave for 1 year, and her husband gets the paternity leave for 15 days or 1 month. And even not only the maternity leave, they also, if they don't use the maternity leave, they can also use it for their, other. They can utilize in some other way. Suppose their children are, they are appearing for the board exams and all, so they think, they should, the ladies should stay at home and take care the studies of the they should take care of the studies of the children, so that also they can be utilized in that way. Okay, so one thing is that women employees, they should not be discharged or thrown out of jobs because of maternity or attaining higher age. Very important. Male employees should be sensitized regarding the attitude and behavior towards women employees. Their behavior should, because some, some men, they, irrespective of women, their behavior towards the people is very harsh. So that should not be. Okay. So women employees should be sensitized regarding their own rights, and also about handling and reporting and taking action in odd situations. So all safety precautions should be taken, particularly during odd working hours. Now, what is sexual harassment? It can be a serious criminal offense which can always destroy the human dignity and freedom, like if teasing, cracking jokes, making them and taunting them, making feeling them embarrassed, then gender-based insults or sexist remarks, unwelcome sexual overtone. So these, or touching or brushing against any part of the body. So these are all comes under sexual harassment. So code of conduct, in an effort to promote the well-being of all women employees at the workplace, there should also be a code of conduct is being prescribed by the National Council of Women, and it shall be the duty of the employer to prevent committing of any such act of sexual harassment at the workplace. Earlier, this was very much, this sexual harassment was taking place, but now it has been, I mean, it has, it's like under control. You can say the sexual harassment was there, but now the organizations have made a very strict action. If any sexual harassment is found against any employees, I mean male employees, then strict action will be taken against them. So this they are trying to. So sexual harassment at workplace, you can say it has really reduced. Sexual harassment at workplace has really reduced for in many organizations. So, and express prohibition of sexual harassment should be notified at the workplace and also should be published for the general information of the employees, and they should be evaluated in a very I mean very it should be handled in a very diplomatically, that is. So and what happened, appropriate working conditions should be provided. So you should not give night shift to the ladies and all, what they mean to say. So appropriate working conditions should be provided in respect of work, leisure, health and hygiene, to ensure that there is no hostile environment towards women. So this is very important. You should not create any hostile environment in your organization towards the woman. Now, conducting inquiry by the complaints committee. So as per National Commission for Women's Directive, once a case has been reported or inquiry has to be conducted in the following manner. What happened? The complaint shall contain all the informations, like it should be properly documented. What I mean is, it should contain all the informations, like it was done against who had done it, what is the date, time, who all were there on duty and all. So all this information should be handled personally as well as professionally, and it should be taken care of so that quick resolution can be expected. Okay, so any person aggrieved shall prefer a complaint before the complaints committee at the earliest point of time, and in any case it should be within the 16 days from the date of occurrence of an alleged acceptance. So then comes the complaint shall contain all the materials and relevant details concerning all the alleged sexual harassment, including the names of who has done it, the name of the complainant, what is the type of complaint and all. So all this should be addressed to the complaints committee. Now, if the complainant feels that she cannot disclose her identity for any particular reason, that can also be done. And under receipt of such complaint, the head of the organization shall try to retain the original complaint with himself or herself and send to the complaints committee a gist of the complaint containing all the relevant matters so that quick action can be taken. Now there's also, you have seen in many organizations, you have all these, who will clean the sweep the floor, or who will bring the tea for you. They are very child. I mean, they are not even 14 years. So that is how the child labor is, created. I mean, child labor. So human right and consumer protection should always be there. So the gender sensitive issues, whatever, it should be very strictly handled. Both child labor and human rights are the other two vital areas that need attention, which I didn't mention. So maybe child labor and human rights, consumer, this should be very much uh, you know acted upon. Whenever any such issues takes place, quick action has to be taken. And managers must know that this is an offense. They should realize that this is an offense, and they must refrain from hiring child labor in the firm's operations. Similarly, human rights must be protected by every organization, and its activities should in a no way violate them. And what is the thing? One is of the things that in no way they should violate them, or low wages, unhealthy working conditions, unpaid working hours, etc. Are some of the examples. Suppose you are working for, a retail outlet, okay, and you'll find there are a lot of flow of customers and all. So sometimes they have to stay long hours. So in that case, ladies should not be, women, especially women, they should not be told to stay for long hours. And they should be given that much facility. And the thing is that especially for cleaning those retail outlets, they hire all those they hire this child labor who are hardly 18 years old. So this spoils the image of the organizations. You should be very aware of all these, okay. Similarly, human rights must be protected by every organizations, and its activities should in no way violate them, especially the low wages, unhealthy working conditions, unpaid working hours, etc., are some of the examples in this regard. And all managers and employees they should be aware of the human rights, because you never know, an employee is talking very sweetly to you. Later on that you will find that he has employed, matlab, they, what happens, suppose any issue takes place where everybody's signature is required and all, the so in that what happened, like if you have seen that is taking place, any incident that has taken place or something, you should the message should be passed to the right person. That is what is very much necessary. Okay, so all the managers and employers they should be aware of the human rights, and personal manager must keep organizing, as I told you, all these workshops, counseling, programs. 1 minute, just give me 1 sec. Hello. हाँ आसी जाइए तम अच्छा टिके रुआ ସେଇଠି 1 sec. So you have to ensure that these type of human, the managers and employees, they must be aware of the human rights, and the personal manager, that is the HR managers, must keep organizing all this, conducting all these orientation programs, so that they are also aware of. They should also be feel that scare is no. They should not. There should not be any misconduct by the employees. Okay, 1 minute. So this is the summary. I just this unit was basically aimed at sensitizing with gender issues in the hospitality and tourism industry. 1 minute. Hello. আরে ওই যে অ্যামাজনের ওই লোকটা এসেছে, নিচে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে। হ্যাঁ, অ্যামাজনের লোকটা ওই রিটার্ন করার জন্য, ওকে এই বস্তাটা দিয়ে দাও। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এসছে, কৃষ্ণ এসছে, নিচে আছে, এসছে নিচে আছে। ঠিক আছে, আমি বলছি তোমাকে ফোন করার জন্য। କୋଉଠି ଅଛ? ହଁ ତମେ ଅଛ କୋଉଠି? 757 ତମ ଏଇ ନମ୍ବରଟାରେ ଫୋନ କର। 9437887489 সেইটি ফোন করো ওকে 943788 हाँ 94378 টাইম 9437887489 এই নাম্বারটা কল করো 8 তারপরে 87489 9 ফোন করো তাকে তোমাকে কয়ে দাও তোমার কোটি আছে আমি জানি ঘরের সামনে আছে কি yes so how do you summarize this Yes, how do you summarize this? So this unit was basically aimed at sensitizing you with the gender, gender issues in the hospitality and tourism industry, and reputed organizations are very sensitive, this women issues. For example, an airline would ground its air hostess to reduce weight, keep age limitations, don't allow them to marry, etc. Now, these such anti-women measures are not going to be taken silently in an aware society. So, besides defining certain managerial duties in relation to working conditions for women, this unit also familiarized you with what is being termed as sexual harassment at the place of work and the procedures that have to be followed to check it. Okay, so all such issues of women harassment, child labor, human rights, and consumer protection, they should form the curriculum of all training programs for managers and employees in the organization. How this programs has to be handled, women harassment, child labor, human rights, consumer protection. So training has to be given, orientation program has to be given. Once in 6 months or once in 3 months. So they are aware of. So this is very important. And additionally, you can say, the hospitality industry can benefit in this from promoting a more gender inclusive and diverse workforce by challenging traditional gender roles and stereotypes. So how this can be solved? This can involve creating more flexible work.
Hello, ma'am.
Kabiru, were you able to hear? There was a network, I don't know.
Yeah, it may be a network.
Uh, you saw the last, you had seen the summary, na? I
Yes,
had told you about this, I
yes,
summarized.
ma'am.
Okay. So now,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I have seen
So
it.
there is a small video also on that. Okay. Just a minute, I'll show it to you. Huh?
Okay, ma'am.
There's a small video on gender equality. I'll show it to you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Vince, Rika, and Derek were born into a family who owned a hotel in a small coastal town. They grew up under the same conditions and dreamed together about their future.
ମୁଁ ଆସିକି ଦଉଛି
The world was
ଟିକେ
an
ୱେଟ୍
open
କରନ୍ତୁ
playground for them. Eric wanted to teach
Ah.
and travel the world. Rita dreamed about a business career and hoped to take over the family business one day. Once their school years were over, they had to make decisions about their futures. As the father was too old to run the hotel, he handed it over to his son. Eric had to forget his dreams about being a teacher and exploring the world. Rita helped her mother to keep the hotel clean, worked in the service and the restaurant. After school, her duties were still the same, and her parents didn't let her leave home to study. While she was working, she realized that 70% of their employees were female, and most of them were performing only low-paid jobs, such as cleaning, cooking, and service. Understanding more about gender equality issues, she learned that this situation applies to the global tourism system, and gender equality and empowering women is one of UN sustainable goals. Meanwhile, the situation at the hotel didn't go well. Eric was not interested in running the company, and their business started failing. He had to ask Rita for help, so she took over the hotel. Eric was finally able to make his dream true and created an online teaching platform to travel and work at the same time. Rita was happy to run the company. Through her business, she wanted to contribute to women's empowerment, provide equal opportunities for men and women, and improve the working conditions of their employees.
নিয়ে গেছে
Through her passion and hard work, she reduced
বলো
inequality.
1537 ওকে আমি ফোন করছি ধরছে না ইডিয়েট এক নম্বর দেখো তো একটু ফোন করো
To apply their knowledge and experience and
Ah.
receive the opportunities.
পালিয়ে গেল কি 2 মিনিট তো আমি দেখবো তো টাইম লাগবে তো
Highly increased motivation of the employees. Women in the company are no longer afraid to go on maternity leave and lose their job. They still can be a part of the workforce even after having a child. Rita and her hotel are one of the best examples of women empowerment in tourism and implementing gender equality on national and global levels.
হ্যালো হ্যাঁ শুনে নিলাম আমি থ্যাংক ইউ তুমি তো একটু ট্রাই করো তো বলবে 1537 হ্যাঁ আমি ক্লাসটা নিচ্ছি তো ঠিক আছে মানে ঠিক আছে রাখি আরে আমার 2 মিনিট লাগবে তো হ্যাঁ so you saw I mean Kaberu
Yes, ma'am. I have seen
did you see the video
Yes, ma'am. I have seen
so you understood how gender equality is very important I mean okay so
Yeah,
this
very
is the
good.
last unit okay I'll just
Okay. So
one second
tomorrow will be
today is the last class you were saying something
yeah. What I was saying is so is it tomorrow that you are going to
I couldn't the voice is breaking
can you hear me
tell
now?
me now
Can you hear me now?
yes now I can hear you
Okay, what I said is it tomorrow that we are going to observe the
No.
Diwali festival?
Yes, I'll show you a small video today. What is Diwali? Okay, I'll show a small video. What is Diwali that I kept? Okay, I kept it ready, huh? Okay, I'll show after this. I'll show it to you. I have a video on this. Then that Diwali video. Okay, so I'll finish. Wait one sec. And you can watch it on TV and all. I mean, on YouTube also. That is, yes, 1 minute. Huh. Is it visible, Kabiru?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible. It's visible.
Okay, okay. So this is the last unit, that is unit 24, that is emerging trends and perspectives. Okay. So after reading this unit, you should be able to sum up that issues that is being discussed in the earlier units of this course and know about the application of these issues in various types of organizations and understand the emerging trends in HRP and HRD, human resource personnel and human resource development in hospitality and the tourism industry. So this is basically, this is the last unit, that is the emerging trends in human resources. This is the concluding unit of this course, and the thing is that this unit basically aims at integrating some of the you can say critical learning from the earlier units what we have discussed, like right from you can, as I told you, there were personnel office functions, then there were then this like we have learned about induction and placement, we have learned about staff training and development, we have learned about motivation and productivity, then employees motivation, then job enrichment, career planning, then counseling, training programs, then performance monitoring, appraisal system, transfer, promotions, discipline grievances, then salary administration, employee benefits, gender and other sensitivities in hospitality and tourism. So we have learnt about all these units, and that is here what are now emerging trends in HR that we'll be discussing. So HRD has become a very movement in the country, and today it is difficult to find even a single large organizations without HRD department or HRD managers. And a few years ago, HRD was treated to be a very synonym to training, okay? But today, most of the organizations talk in terms of HRD climate, performance appraisals, what is the potential development, then performance counseling, career development, organizational development, and the like, okay? So those are the things that were being taken care of. So you can say thus HRD has become a very important dimension of modern management language as well as the technology. And in spite of this, in spite of this popularization of HRD in the last few years, there are a lot of changes and all, but we'll try to share all those. So yes, when we are trying to, the goodwill is into action, you can see. So what are the HRD for industrial organizations? The following trends seem to emerge from a survey of HRD practices, and many organizations recognize today that education and training are not only the instruments that initiate a development, but in terms of acquiring new managerial human competency takes place on the job. And mechanisms like, as I told you, as we have discussed about performance appraisals, interpersonal feedback, potential development, job rotation, these facilitate development and their utility is being organized. So you have to create a HRD culture, which is very important, so that you can say that the employees are trusted, they are helpful to each other, where employees take the initiative and mistakes are used as learning opportunities. See, every other day we face some problems, and these problems are faced without fear, are being considered more important than mechanical use of HRD instruments or systems. So in large organizations employing thousands of staff, developing HRD culture is being experienced as a difficult and challenging task. So there are more failures than success because attitudinal change, value development, and cultural change cannot be brought about into short period of time. See, we need to bring lot of changes, but within a very short period of time, it is not possible. So HRD priorities for large organizations, lessons from the past, and how it has to be. There are HRD functions include the following. Like if you want to strengthen the HRD department of a hotel, you have to take care of all this. What is the size of the organization, the geographical spread, then change of chief executives. Monitoring is also very important. What are the structural changes that are required? Then encourage the innovations. Then there should be intra-company networking is very essential. Then not only there should be intra-company networking is also essential. Frequent get-togethers of HRD staff is useful. Then periodic surveys are useful. Process orientation should be strengthened. So that is very important. Now, HRD for small organizations. So the owner entrepreneur should individually interact with as many employees as possible, and it is worthwhile for small entrepreneurs to keep a small budget for employee development and motivation purposes. He or she should make this budget available for a team or committee of employees and encourage them to undertake this HRD activities. And these, as without having an elaborate formal without having an elaborate formal appraisal, he or she should discuss. He, he or Without having to use an elaborate formal performance appraisal, he or she should discuss with each individual about his role, the performance, strengths, weakness. There should be an individual. Sometimes the HR manager should have an individually speak to the employees. Sometimes they should have a group meetings, group discussions. Sometimes when they think, this is the staff which needs more motivation, they should separately speak to me, individually speak to, or this is a staff, where he can be motivated in a better way. So what are the discussions? Those discussions about your performance appraisal, about your performance, how you are performing the job, your strengths, your weaknesses, your aspirations, your hopes. Then what are the opportunities that is being involved for growth? Then what are the development needs, satisfaction level? So all these. Okay. So these all includes training. Then you have guest lectures, you have field visits, you have picnics, company day celebrations. If we all work together, it always has to be a teamwork. So that the HR department should embed within the organizational members. Then counseling services, this should take place. Okay. And just I wanted to summarize this, because this unit gave you an overview. Like, we had gone through almost all the units and all. So this unit gave you an overview of the emerging trends and perspectives in human resource planning and development. So keeping in view the industrial organizations and the priorities for large and small organizations. For large organizations, it is not that much problem. But small organizations, they always try to exploit the workforce. So that is what happens. And once if you are not happy, you will see, employees are leaving the organization, joining some other organization. So this is, you have to, this has a very negative impact on the employer. So we also discussed the HRD in the service sector, and you have also familiarized with the outcomes of HRD systems in certain areas. And there are certain trends in HRD, especially in the hospitality sector, where you have to keep in view the nature of the hospitality industry, because it's there are a lot of destinations. There is always some innovative, there are innovations, there are changes, there are creativities, the needs and requirements. Because hospitality, tourism industry, these are all very customer related industry. So if the customers, if the clients are happy, then you will have your business overflowing. So in that case, who deals with the customers? The employees. So that you have to ensure that the employees are just being taken care of. So like movements of truth, caring for your employees, mentoring, and the need for training in the informal sector of tourism, all these go along in providing better services to the tourist. And what happens, they bring a brand image for the organizations and also to the destination. So it not will be out of context to mention here that a continuous harmonious relationship is to be maintained between the various segments of the hospitality industry and the training institutions. So of late, the distance learning mode is also being effectively used to train the human resources in far off and remote regions for providing the hospitality services. And especially the IGNO's, distance learning programs are an example in this regard. See, it's so we are through this platform, we are able to share our views. You were able to share your thoughts, your views. You could ask questions. I'm able to answer what is the happening, what is the extent. So these are all ongoing process, and this has to be always ensured, enhanced, and of course the HRD department plays a very major role in this. Okay, so this was basically a short I have told you, and I mean in very short, because I have some videos for you. Okay, Kabiru, was it okay?
Yes, ma'am. It is very
I have some videos for you. Okay, so I wanted to show you those videos.
okay.
This is the HR trends. Since is soft skill, employee welfare, appreciation, that is also very much needed. Diversity, inclusion, and belongingness. Yes, fine. Thank you. So these are, HR trends that will characterize 2020, 2023. There should be a belongingness that is very important, appreciation, that culture you have to create. And who does that? That the HR department. There is another video I'll show you. 1 minute. Kabiru, did you see the video? Was it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It was visible. And I learned a lot from it as well.
Okay, okay. Another small video is there. Then there's a Diwali one I have prepared. Huh? 1 second.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Constantly connected. It's constantly connected. We are unconsciously producing 2.5 quintillion bytes of data each day. Over the last 2 years alone, 90% of the data in the world was generated. This trend affects how we communicate and how we consume information, but also how businesses operate. 78% of companies believe big data is likely to fundamentally change their operations over the next 3 years, and HR is no exception. Modern HR systems rely more than ever on automation, analytics, and predictive capabilities. Using workforce data enables HR to make decisions that drive both better business and people outcomes. Now, you're probably thinking, this is all very abstract. Are companies really implementing HR analytics? The answer is absolutely yes. And you know them too. Multinationals like Facebook, Amazon, Credit Suisse, Google, and LinkedIn are all doing it. In fact, Credit Suisse saves up to $100 million every year by increasing their retention rate after creating a more data-driven HR function. Big data, big savings. Companies that implement people analytics are 56% more profitable than their less data-driven competitors. That's why, in the last decade, 72% of businesses in the United States increased their spending on analytics, and more investments lead to more jobs. The digital workforce analytics market is expected to be worth more than $1 billion by the year 2023. The projected amount of jobs that require data analysis skills is 5 million in the US alone. Great news, right? You have a chance to grab these opportunities. You just need the right skills. Are you fluent in performing data analysis, using spreadsheets, programming, interpreting statistics, database management, big data, machine learning, and predictive analytics? Not yet? That's no surprise. Companies rate their HR teams low on analytical skills. Just 8% felt that the current state of their HR analytics was strong. There simply aren't enough people who possess these skills to take on the data-driven jobs. In fact, a study by LinkedIn shows that only 18% of HR professionals currently have these skills. It's also projected that the skill gap will keep growing. University of California estimates that the global demand for data scientists has already exceeded the supply by over 50%. But you've probably heard this before. It's no secret that data, digitalization, and analytics are becoming crucial in HR. Now is the time for you to upgrade yourself and develop the skills of the future. It's time for you to become data-driven. Bridge the gap. Take charge of your career.
So, yes, Kabiru, did you see this? This is, I think, your field, Now the future is digital, especially in case of HR. So many things, data to learn, big data, then machine learning. So many things are there, okay? So there are a lot of fields.
Yes,
Since
ma'am.
you are in the
I
IT
think
industry, and I
I
mean,
think I
you can,
will. Yeah, I think after this program, I will go for this HR. I think in automation.
yes, automation, very
Yes.
much, very good. Good to hear that. I mean, you and where you have interest, that is very important, and you have the skills. You just need to, I mean, have to be a little bit aggressive. You have to learn the new skills. That is what is very important. Okay, so. What I was saying, I think whatever inputs, whatever informations I could share with you. Now, lot of videos are there. You could see this video, he gave you the right, like now most of the HR, they are working on all this Excel spreadsheets, automation. So they need to know all this. So, I mean, beside not only like HR, suppose if you do a course in HR, beside that, if you have the little bit information about this data automation and all, it would help you to enhance your career growth. Okay, that is very important. Okay, and now today is Thursday, so this was your last class, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday we are having Diwali, which is
Yes, ma'am.
basically a festival of lights. Okay, so I have brought a small video on that. It's only a 3 minutes video. So then once you see the video, then we can have a little bit discussion. Okay, that is fine enough with you? Okay, okay, just a minute. Huh?
you still not joined our 6 days reading challenge? We noticed you've been checking out our ads.
Long ago in India, there was a great warrior prince named Ram. Ram was banished from his country by his father, King Dashrath. The king told Ram that he could only come back after living in the forest for 14 years. While in the forest, his wife Sita was kidnapped by the 10-headed demon king Ravan. But Ram rescued her with the help of his brother and the monkey general Hanuman.
See, that was celebrated on Dashera,
Returned to
this
his
one.
homeland. When Ram returned, people were overjoyed and celebrated by lighting their homes with lamps, decorating the whole city, and setting off fireworks. This is the story of the beginning of Diwali. Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is a festival mainly celebrated by Hindus, people who follow the religion of Hinduism, but is also celebrated by Buddhists, Jains, and Sikhs. It celebrates the triumph of good over evil, joy over despair, and light over darkness, and is considered the most important holiday of the year. The tale of how Diwali came to be celebrated differs across India, but the story of Ram you just heard is the most common version. The festival of Diwali occurs on the 15th day of the Hindu month Kartik, which is the holiest month of the Hindu lunar calendar. It usually occurs in October or November. There are many different traditions that take place during Diwali. One of these is lighting a row of clay lamps outside the home. These special lamps are called diyas, and their light symbolizes purity, good luck, and power. It is believed that the presence of light drives away darkness and evil forces. Along with lighting diyas, each home is thoroughly cleaned to welcome positivity, and the windows are opened to let in Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth and good fortune. It is believed that she can only enter homes that are clean and illuminated, which is another reason people light their diyas. One of the more artistic traditions is the creation of rangoli. It's a beautiful pattern created on floors using colored rice, sand, flour, or flower petals. They are believed to bring good luck and to use to welcome guests and the goddess Lakshmi. During Diwali, you will also see people lighting firecrackers and sparklers to scare away evil spirits with their bright colors and loud noises. Like other celebrations around the world, Diwali sees family and friends exchange gifts and share a feast together. Lots of delicious sweets and snacks are prepared for Diwali. Look at all these traditional sweets. Everyone celebrates special days in their own way, and these are just some of the common ones seen during Diwali, as celebrated by Hindus. During Diwali, you can say Happy Diwali, which is a greeting to those who celebrate it. Perhaps you can even keep an eye out for beautiful diyas, light displays and fireworks that commemorate this special festival.
So, Kaberu, that was the video on Diwali. I hope you understood it. So on Sunday, you can watch the news and all. Okay, the country will be celebrating Diwali.
This one, it seems very a joyful holiday, I can say, or a joyful festival by Hindu and other religious, I can say, another religious, I mean, like Sikhism,
Yes,
Sikhism. You call it Sikh or Sikhism.
celebration
I
of,
don't know.
yes,
Because I mean, I
yeah,
had,
Sikhism.
yeah,
Oh, Sikhism.
I heard him mentioning that it was celebrated by about three religious, yeah, Sikhism. Because I think that Sikhism are those who wear that kind of turban at head or something like that. Because there was a time that I watched a
I'm
film
unable.
which is a language film where people from different countries of the world, like
Cultures.
India,
Yes,
Italy, and other countries, yeah, they used to learn English in the class, and there are different kind of religious sects like Sikh, those that are from Sikhism, Muslims, yeah, different cultures. Because some are from
yes,
Chinese, Japan, and other parts of the world. So they used to display their own different cultures and traditions. So that's where I learned that Sikhism used to, or Sikh people used to wear that kind of turban. And
yes, you
there
are
is
right.
one
They wear the
guy,
turban.
Ranjit,
Yes,
who called himself Owat. He also used to wear that kind of turban and something like that. I used to follow some, I can say, channels
okay,
discussing, or I can say, giving some insight or input,
okay, that's really good.
yes, regarding the cultural arts. Someone who is, I can say, passionate and also uh, hospitality industry student, he has to, I can say, he has to learn some things like cultural arts, and also things like he has to, I can say, multilingual, because I like to be a multilingual person as well. I like to learn Hindi, Korean, Mongolian, French, and other languages as well.
Okay, good. So I hope the sessions we had taken that would be fruitful. That was insightful sessions. You can go through the units. If you have any queries and all, you can let me know. And on Sunday also, you can watch on TV or you can see the videos or YouTube channels and all how Diwali is being celebrated all over our country. So you'll have a knowledge. It was really nice, sharing my ideas, thoughts with youngsters like you, exchange ideas and all. And any queries as such, you can always mail it to me. And the one you have addressed to me, I'll surely send it to my regional center director, sir. Okay. And of course, to IGNO's office. I wish you all the best for your exams. You be associated with IGNO because it would really help you. It's known as the People's University. So like me, you, everyone, it's known as People's University. So you are always there, we are there to
Yes.
assist you. I mean,
Thank you, man, for your insight, I can say, explanations during all this long journey. It was really impressive, and also we enjoyed the company that you
even I also
stay
did.
with us, and also give us the chance to learn from you. And also, we look forward to have another semester with you, man, because we
Looking
can't,
forward. Same
yeah.
here.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Okay.
Looking
So
forward, ma'am. Yeah.
okay. So okay, you take care.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You
Thank you
have
very
a,
much.
thank you. Have a good day. You have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
No, for
Take
now,
care.
because the what you have delivered today is very understandable. So It is understood, well understood.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. Take care. All good wishes to you. I wish you all the best for your career development. Good namaskar. Okay, okay. Bye then. Huh? Take care. Okay, thank you.